stolen Valor Village idiots or are the idiots running the asylum? Let's go.
I feel disrespected for all the vets that served and actually went overseas in combat. You know, it's a slap in the face to every guy that's actually done something.
He served our country in combat, but this Marine Corps vet says he was attacked by someone who believed that he was lying about his military service. The Sacramento vet says his attacker should have known better because he's in the military himself. Good evening.
I don't know what the epidemic is with these veterans and these, I'm going to call them almost SJW warriors, calling everybody stolen valor, and they have no effing clue what they're talking about, especially some other vets. I just don't get it. This is a new thing that I've never seen in my entire life until the last 10 years, and I'm not sure why.
I'm Sam Shane.
And I'm Christina Janes. Nick Janes is live in Sacramento with a story you'll see only on CBS 13. Nick?
Christina, Sam, this happened over the weekend at the Arden area bar here behind me. This Marine Corps vet says this guy was looking for a fight, tried to say he had never served, and then jumped him right there in the parking lot.
I noticed a guy had a fade and I asked him if he was in the service. He's like, yeah, I'm in the Air Force. Well, that's cool. I was in the Corps.
Leaning on crutches to keep weight off his broken right leg, Michael Delphine says his attacker had an active Air Force ID.
Effing guys. You know, all over. If you're on social media, I get it. You know, everybody who's on YouTube, there's some asshole who says, oh, it's stolen valor. They can just say it because they can, right? It's social media. But in a bar, this guy says, hey, I was in the Marine Corps. The guy goes, I was in the Air Force, and now it's on? I don't know, these idiots.
So I asked him to read my ID, and he was like, no, started yelling, stolen valor, this guy's a fake.
Since he's no longer active duty, Michael's ID is different, but he was accused of lying about serving, stolen valor.
He's ignorant. He needs to learn how to read an ID, plain and simple. When a vet tells you he's a vet and he's obviously wearing a Fallen Brothers bracelet, he doesn't even recognize that.
The Sacramento.
And what is it? The guy breaks out. If somebody comes up to me and says, hey, buddy, you've got a hat that says Marine Corps on it. Show me your ID. I'm going to be like, F you, buddy. I mean, I don't understand where this has come from. There's quite a few of this in real life. Now, of course, on social media, everybody can say it's stolen valor. Hey, produce your DD-214, buddy. That's like the latest thing.
The vet says he wanted no part of it and tried to leave the Arden bar, long shot, but was blindsided in the parking lot.
And before I knew it, I couldn't get off the ground. I tried to get up. My leg gave out. It's kind of a blur.
He says he was jumped by the first guy and one of his friends. Michael's tibia is broken. His jaw might be too. And as for the claim of stolen valor, Michael's service was very real.
I did over 12 years in the Marine Corps. I was in amphibious assault. I was a tracker. And I was in combat in 2004 in Fallujah.
He says he was in.
So this guy was 12 years in the Marine Corps. Amphibious assault. Who knows what else he did? I don't care if he's in 30 days. I don't understand why people are jumping other stolen valor potentials, right? That's the new thing. So we have the stolen valor village idiots. Then we have the village idiots who thinks everybody's got stolen valor, especially this Air Force douchebag.
In combat in one of the bloodiest battles since Vietnam. This is him in Fallujah. The marks in the wall behind him are bullet holes. So to be accused by someone in the military of making it up, to Michael, it's the ultimate disrespect.
Because everybody in the service actually does their job, but when you go to combat, it's a different thing. So to claim on me stolen valor, that's a slap in every veteran's face. He needs to get caught. He needs to get made an example of, plain and simple.
Accused of stolen valor by a Harrisburg police officer. News 8's Harrisburg reporter Portia Johnson is live with his reaction.
Yeah, well, the incident happened here during Arts Fest here at Riverfront Park. The former Marine says this is where the officer publicly called him a fake.
This is the most humiliating thing.
I don't understand where all this is coming from in society. I've seen some guys that look like total douchebags. I'm not going to go, hey, show me your ID. You're a faker. I've seen guys on the side of the road with a bucket that looks like they made it. Disabled vets, right? That's their attempt. I don't get into it, but it seems like it's a really new, hot thing to do. Accuse everybody of stolen valor. I don't care. You can look across the board. I'm not even going to mention other people to give the trolls the respect. They're saying everybody's stolen valor. Oh, he said he did this, but he didn't. He looks younger than that. Somebody can say whatever. Now, confronting him's a different issue. If you're confronting a man and saying, hey, it's a cop, you're full of shit.
That has ever happened to me in my life.
75-year-old Robert Ford, a Marine veteran who did 6 years of service, says he wore his uniform to a memorial ceremony at Arts Fest, and police detective John O'Connor questioned what he was wearing.
I told him I was in the 6th Marine Regiment. I was a machine gunner, a flamethrower.
Ford says 15 minutes later, O'Connor demanded to know where he went to boot camp, but he did not tell him.
He's yelling at the people, pointing at me. He can't tell me where he went to boot camp. He's not a real Marine. You know?
Ford says O'Connor...
Everybody knows where they went to boot camp. There's like 2 places, right, in the Marine Corps. I don't understand sometimes why the guys wear a uniform who've been out for a long time, unless it's a funeral or a VFW thing. Now, when I say it's stolen valor, no. I just kind of feel bad for the guy that he's reaching that far as an old guy to wear dress blues to say a Lance Corporal. Seems a little sad.
O'Connor and an Army veteran continue to harass him and accused him in public of stolen valor. Now, the mayor expressed his regrets about this incident. The city said that the Army veteran demanded that police investigate whether Ford was a Marine impersonator for profit, which is illegal. Reporting
after he says he was humiliated during what was supposed to be a Veterans Day tribute at a restaurant. Gabriel Rojas first told us about Ernest Walker's claim yesterday. He's live now in Cedar Hill with how the restaurant is responding to this. Gabriel.
This guy's going to a restaurant for Veterans Day, and I don't know all the places that give out discounts. I don't give a shit. But if he's there, he's doing this thing. I'm just trying to put my mind in the same state as these people that are attacking them. You know, you say you want the 10% off at Applebee's or Chili's. Does it really matter? Let's say the guy is a faker, which these guys aren't. But they're having to deal with all these assholes that are Karens, basically.
Well, Dan, Ernest Walker and his attorney met with reporters here this afternoon after a meeting with Chili's parent company was postponed. Now, in the meantime, people on behalf of the company have expressed some regret about what happened here. Video of a Chili's manager snatching the meal Army veteran Ernest Walker received as part of the restaurant's Veterans Day tribute sent shockwaves across the internet. Our story on the incident drew hundreds of comments and thousands of reactions on Facebook, but Walker says the response he wants is from Chili's.
I personally have not heard from them, no.
Chili's parent company, Brinker International, sent us a written statement.
All right, so this isn't just some asshole who's got a chip on his shoulder like the Air Force guy jacking with a 12-year Marine Corps veteran. We could kind of figure that one out. This is a manager at Chili's. So what did we see out? $10 if the guy is faking? But the press, the long-term bad look is no bueno.
That reads in part, quote, "We are taking this very seriously, and the leaders in our company are actively involved with the goal of making it right,"
fire that
end
guy.
quote. The restaurant chain also posted several responses to customers on its Facebook page, writing in part, quote, "Unfortunately, we fell short on a day that we strive to honor our veterans and active military for their service."
That's fine. They got to do what they do. I'm not a company. I'm just me.
Walker says on Veterans Day, a manager told him customers had questioned whether he was really a veteran, so he showed the manager his identification along with his military discharge document as proof of his service.
All right, who carries their military discharge document? At best, you may have a VA card. Now, I don't know what it's like for guys getting out. When I got out of the military, I had no military ID. I don't know if I had to give it back. I don't remember. I didn't have a VA card for a long time. And so if I'm at Chili's and I guess I said I want a meal because it's Veterans Day, unless they say must produce proof of ID, why he'd be carrying his discharge papers, that seems kind of bizarre. Seems like a normal guy. But why is everyone up in somebody's business about something? Who gives a shit?
While much of the public response since then has been in support of Walker, some have voiced suspicions about his uniform he says he bought after he retired to wear on Veterans Day as tribute to his prior service.
This is what I'm able to wear, excuse me, okay? And I purposely don't wear rank or a name tag as not to be identified as an active soldier.
Walker's attorney, Kim Cole, says an attorney for Brinker has apologized to her on behalf.
Yeah, I can see that's kind of weird. You were in 20 years ago, and you're wearing the new stuff. But he's not wearing rank or ID. Okay. He's a veteran. Maybe they're giving away free meals. Is it worth all this drama, I guess is my question. Because on social media, it's rampant. Everybody I can think of that's got a channel at one point in the comments has said, oh, you're a faker. You're supposed to just respond to it. But in person, that would be tough. That'd be interesting not to lose your patience and punch someone in the mouth.
On behalf of the company, and the two sides plan to meet on Monday to discuss the incident.
You could tell in that video, he was wearing a uniform, a military uniform that a lot of people thought was fake. But it turns out he did serve in the military. 10 News anchor Lindsay Pena in the newsroom. I'm curious as to what you found out.
Yeah, and a lot of people thought this guy was impersonating a member of the military, but he did in fact serve in the Army. His name, Mark Dominguez. It took us a little while to confirm that information because the incident happened on Friday, which was the observed day of Veterans Day. Now, according to the military, Dominguez served as a private first class from February 2003 until August of...
Who are all these people? Like they're saying all the people were wondering if he was a faker. I just don't know who gives a shit enough to wonder about it unless he's really getting at or something, like getting some free stuff, I should say. All right, maybe you wonder because he looks like a scumbag, but let's see what this story's about.
2004. We're also told he was awarded the National Defense Service Medal, Army Service Ribbon, and Global War on Terrorism Service Medal. I want to show you some video from last week.
Wow.
Dominguez was arrested in the Gaslamp on Friday wearing the uniform that sparked so much controversy. Police say he got into a heated argument with a group of active military and vets who pointed out some issues with that uniform. They said he was missing a patch and displaying his rank upside down. The argument escalated and Dominguez allegedly pulled a knife and stabbed one of them.
Now, I can see getting into an argument. Let's see a guy wearing his dress uniform and his chevrons are upside down. I'd probably go, man, what a dickhead. I wouldn't say anything. I guess if you're liquored up, you say something to the guy. He's a PFC. He's wearing a National Defense Ribbon. He's not really going for the big-time Stolen Valor prize, I don't think.
Multiple times. The victim was taken to the hospital, but is expected to be okay.
About 2 weeks ago, we brought you a story about a couple who started a Great Falls business. Falls Inc. is a new tattoo and piercing shop offering a place for veterans and active military members. Numerous emails and messages concerning or even questioning Luttrell's enlistment. Luttrell was unable to provide what is known as a DD-214 form, which indicates military.
All right, who's breaking out their DD-214 to anybody? Number one, it's got all your personal information on it so they can steal your identity. Number two, I don't know what, maybe he said his vet-owned business, and how would you prove it? I guess you could get on your license. In some states, you could take your DD-214 in. You've got a VA card. But what is he getting up on someone? I just don't see why people get so bent. And then when you accuse somebody, right, and this guy gets proof from the VA, from his head shrink, that say he's got PTSD, you gotta feel like a real dickhead.
Service, but we were able to confirm with the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs that Luttrell was in fact enlisted in the Air Force from October 2004 through April 2008. The letter, signed by Luttrell's social worker from the VA, states that he was deployed in Afghanistan and was honorably discharged. Luttrell says he feels his character was called into question by some people who commented on social media.
I'm not going to sit here and be called a liar for what I've done. But
well, that's the thing. So social media piles on. So he's got a Facebook page probably for his tattoo shop. Then everybody piles on the guy. And it filters around the Google searches, and you never get out of it. People need to have more dignity than to accuse somebody of something like that. Now you look at this letter from he's got to go to the VA and say, hey, head shrinker, give me a letter to say I was in the military. I don't know why he said to give him a VA card if he goes there for PTSD treatment. If you got down to that, right? If it's in a business context and you got to do something about it, maybe you go down the path and you just don't give them the bird.
I'm here to prove today to Great Falls, to whoever, the vets, the active military, that I am what I say I am, and that we're here to help.
Luttrell says he joined the Air Force because he looked up to his father, who was also in the Air Force. He says he has the utmost.
What do you guys think about the village idiots accusing people of stolen valor? So it's the flip of the regular videos I do, where you got the fakers that are just entertaining to see on a video. Now you've got these Karens and Kens running around saying, hey, you've committed stolen valor, buddy.